Hello, Sharen Pearson here, and we're back in the Goof and Giggle Playroom. Welcome and thank you for joining me on Goof and Giggle. We have over 500 followers. Thank you so much for being a follower on Goof and Giggle, and I hope that some of these activities have helped you get through this really rough time that America and the rest of the world is going through right now. And we're having a happy time at home, making lots of happy masks instead. So thank you again for joining me. I so much appreciate you being here with me, and send me your ideas. I'm always open to ideas that you would like to know about and your questions. Feel free to email me anytime or Facebook message me. So let's get on with it. Sensory table fun. This is my absolute favorite thing to do with children. We have 5 children and now 13 grandchildren, and they have all done sensory play with me. Now, I have never owned a sensory table, those little tables that are up on legs that you can dig and things. Those are fine. I kind of like sitting on the floor with the kids and just spreading out a little bit more. So this is what we're going to show today. So for your floor, I would recommend either a shower curtain or one of these simple plastic tablecloths and lay it down. That takes a lot of the mom stress out of the play, because you're not going to be worried every single minute. Did some rice get spilled? Were the beans thrown away or whatever? You're just comfortable doing the play. So start out ready for that, but that's pretty quick to set up. Just throw it down. In fact, my kids know that if they hear the snap of a shower curtain, that the fun is coming. So it's great. We love it. So let's get started with some of the things that you might be able to use in your play first. Of course, you need a container to start with. You can just rob something from your kitchen or a shelf or whatever. I would recommend something like this for if you're going to have a lap child sitting with you playing. So it doesn't have to be big, but I like it being deep, a little bit deeper, so you can kind of get down into it and play. So you would set your child on your lap. This would be like an 8-month-old or 12-month-old, someone who's not really standing or running around yet, so they can dig into the product. So I like this deep one, but small, so that we can contain it. Just your everyday dish pan would work. You can use a plastic shoebox or one of these bigger ones. With you, when you have more than one child, I highly recommend that you go to the bigger size, because then there's more room for kids to dig and play. And another tip is you want to offer a second container, because they need somewhere to fill and dump. So they won't want to just stay in this container. They want to fill another container. So have your main container and then a second container that they can fill and dump into, okay? Now, once you've established that size and how many children you have, you're ready to go. Now, if you want to have a party, and I've had several Goof and Giggle parties with a lot of kids, then you want to use this guy behind me. You want to use a swimming pool or something big like that. The kids can play around the outsides, or they can actually get into the pool, and this works great inside or outside. So today we're going to use pantry items, and they're dry, so we can do this inside very well with this swimming pool, and we probably will later on. So I would take my big tub, fill it with product, put it in the center of this, and then the kids would sit right down in the middle of it, and we don't have to worry about product going everywhere. Now, in our household and in my classes, I always said, do not eat. So NFE. Not for eating, because we're going to get our hands in these things, and even though some of them are edible products, some of them are also chokeable products. So you want to be very careful that they understand right away this does not go in our mouth. If a child puts them in their mouth repeatedly, then you want to take them away and try it again another day. They totally understand that. The other rule that I have in our house is that if you throw it out beyond the shower curtain, they get one warning, and then we're done. And I just say, okay, we're done, because that's not the kind of play that we're doing. We want to keep it contained, and that keeps it non-stress for me and for the kids too. Understanding the rules helps them all to have fun. So let's talk about the products that I took out of my pantry today. I don't know about you, but macaroni and macaroni products come in so many fun shapes now. So I have these cute little bow ties. And they also come in colors. I saw that's kind of a rainbow color. And then these are four colors in here, and they come in a lot of different shapes and sizes too. So those are really, really fun. When you're introducing a new product into your child's sensory table, you would only use one of these at a time. So I would put a whole bag into something like this or one of our other containers, and I would wait until the kids are getting kind of bored of it, and I would put that one away, and then when I would get another one and we would play with that one, and then later on we might mix the two. You don't want too much going on because the children won't understand what they're playing with and how much they should play with what thing, so they want to keep it simple. So start with one product and then add another product. So those are macaronis, and that's only 2 examples. If you go down the pasta aisle in your grocery store or in your pantry, you'll find many, many more. So then we go to grains. The grains are really fun. This one I like because it's cornmeal, it's crushed corn, and it has this gorgeous yellow color, and it really feels good. It feels like I'm on the ocean playing in the sand. And I've been known to stand up my little ones, the little ones like between a year and 18 months, and let them stand in this and let them feel it between their toes and kind of walk around in it. So that's fun. Then we have all kinds of beans, dry beans. So these are pinto beans. Split peas, and I like this color also. And then garbanzo beans. And you can find all kinds of different beans and seeds in your grocery store or in your pantry to play with. I really like these because they look like rocks. I would probably throw a dinosaur in there. And then one of these others, I might want to add a giraffe and pretend like he's eating the cornmeal. Doesn't he look cute in there? Or eating the seeds, those kind of things. So that's fun too. So those are grains and beans. And now we have my favorite grain of all is rice. And I usually use white rice, but you can see today we've colored some rice. And with this color, I even added some essential oil so that it smells like lime. And so now every time the kids play with this, they're going to smell that, and that brings back the sense of fun. Plus, citrus oil is very brightening and cognitive for your child. So a sleepy child would kind of open up and be a little bit more creative. Sometimes that could support the cognitive level. So I like essential oils in rice. So then we've also added some cake sprinkles into the rice, so that makes a really nice little confetti thing. So I like rice because it's a great base. Now again, I would start with just the rice first and let the kids play with it a while. You just pack it back up, put the lid on, get it out again, and then as they see that they start getting bored, then add a colored rice, or add the scent, or add the sprinkles, or whatever else you can think of. So rice is a favorite for me. Then I saw this one, a genius idea from a mom. We all start our toddlers with some kind of oat cereal, and so this is oat cereal just dumped out in the thing. This one you would not have to be so especially careful that they got it in their mouth because they're used to eating the oat cereal. But again, I would still keep that rule, the NFE rule, not for eating, as much as possible because not all products will be eaten. And then after you're getting your hands in there and everything, you're not so sure you want them to eat it anyway. So with the cereal, another trick you could do is to crush it up in your food processor. Now look how different that's become. It's a great little sandy kind of product. This looks like ocean sand. This one looks like sand with seashells in it. So that's just crushed up in the food processor. This was the other cereal. And that's really, really fun too. So now some things before we do our final favorite product that I like to use, let's talk about what you can add in. So to make it more fun, besides food products, you might want to add some colored paper, shredded paper, or you could go to your craft inventory and find some really pretty beads, and then you could play buried treasure in one of those. You could add some feathers just for fun, or some pom-poms, or even bury some play jewelry and play pirate. So there's some fun add-ins. And then of course you can also add in your characters, your animals, your dolls as you play. Now the key to exploration though is not to get too many items into the product that you want them to be focusing on. So when you go to have fill and dump items, you would maybe just go to your your recycle bin and pick out one of these, let them fill it, maybe add just this, so they're just doing this over and over again. Just this one thing so that they're practicing a skill to perfection. Otherwise, if you start throwing in too many items, they don't know where to start and they don't know what to play with. So you want to have one or two things that they can dig with, that they can fill and dump, and they can pour. And you can add those in one day at a time. Like one day you're going to talk about pouring, so you just have pouring items. The next time you get the rice out or one of the other products, you're going to do fill and dump, and you're going to measure, things like that. And then the next time you're going to be digging and adding some animals. So do you see how one bag of rice could last you a whole season? It could last you 4 or 5 months because you're adding new products in, and every time you do that, it becomes a new playtime. So one more tip for you before we go. I love this one. Do you know what this is? It's not dirt, but it looks like dirt, and it piles like dirt, and it's really fun to push around like dirt, but it's coffee grounds. I went to our local coffee shop yesterday and I said, do you have any coffee grounds for the garden? And they go, oh yeah, we save those for you. And so they got them out for me, bagged them up, and we use them in our explore table, or our sensory table, because it makes great dirt. So it smells good, makes me want to have a cup of coffee, which I'll probably do as soon as we're done here. But it's really great, and it's free, and it's got this nice rich brown texture to it. It's clean and it's moist and it packs together a little bit. It makes perfect inside dirt. So have some coffee. So thank you for joining me today at Goof and Giggle in the Playroom. I'm sure my grandkids are watching me right now and they're going to run down here and play with this stuff, so I better get ready for them. See you next time at Goof and Giggle. Tell your friends. You can find all the instructions and more videos on SharenPearson.com. Thank you and have a great day. Bye, kids.